to introduce ourselves. We're 6 of the 9 Orchestra Institute Fellows from the Napa Valley Performing Arts Center at Lincoln Theater up in Yountville. So we teach at NVLA, and that's how this little concert time came to be. So I'm Rachel, I'm one of the violinists, and this is Michaela, violin, Angela, Matt, Linda, and Geni here on flute. So I hope you guys enjoy the little concert we together.
We will.
So the first piece that we're going to play is by Mozart. It's a quartet for oboe and strings. Usually this would be played by cello, but we're doing it with bass clarinet. The piece was written in 1781, and it was written for a virtuoso oboist by the name of Frederick Ramm. He played in the Munich Opera, and Mozart met him when he was commissioned to write an opera in Munich, and he met Frederick Ramm, and that's one of the reasons that this piece is so virtuosic, is because he knew that this particular oboe player had really great technique, so he utilized that. And he also expanded the range of the oboe in this piece up to a high F. So these are the notes this was about the highest note that you could go to in the Baroque times on Baroque oboe, but this is shortly after the Baroque period, in the classical period, and they expanded the range up to high F. So you hear in the first and the third movements, it goes up there, and he kind of does it playfully, I think. He hits it like 1 or 2 times in the first movement, so you're like, wait, did that really happen? I didn't know that oboe could do that. And then in the third movement, he just ends loudly on it. So keep an ear out for that. This is a very famous, probably one of the most famous melodies that Christoph Willibald Gluck wrote. And it's from his opera, Orfeo Eurydice. And if you don't know the story, Orpheus goes down to the underworld and he has to bargain to bring back his love. And he can't look back at her, and then she's wondering why he doesn't look back, and he looks back, and it's very heartbreaking. So this is, Gluck wrote this opera originally in 1760, but then he composed this spirit dance that you're about to hear that was set to a ballet. So it was a pantomime ballet that he revised and included in his opera in the mid-1770s. So I thought I would read a little quote from Hector Berlioz, very famous French composer, when he first heard this melody played. So he said, "When listening to the D minor melody of the pantomime in the Elysian field scenes in Orfeo, one is immediately convinced that only a flute could play this melody appropriately," which of course I like. The voice starts almost inaudibly, seemingly afraid to be overheard. Then it sighs softly and rises to the expression of reproach, of deep pain, to the cry of a heart torn by incurable wounds. Gradually it sinks into a plaint, a sigh, and the sorrowful murmur of a resigned soul. Gluck was indeed a great poet.
favorite of somebody in attendance today, an aria, O mio bambino caro, from Puccini's Geni, which was part of his, there was a 3-part opera that has 3 actually completely different operas, completely different stories. One of them, the most famous probably is Suor Angelica, and Geni was the very comical opera of the 3. And in this song specifically, I guess the lead soprano, her character's name is Loretta, is singing to her father about the tensions between her father and then the family of her lover and seeing if they can resolve this. So we've arranged it, since obviously none of us are vocalists, we have arranged this so Matt today is Loretta. So.
Maybe just close your eyes while you're